Adrian Cardoso, he says, record predictions. We hoisting that Lombardi. I need someone to cook right now. I'll cook. Listen, I think that the Bengals have the opportunity to do something really, really special, something that they haven't been able to do in their franchise's existence. And I think they have the ability to hoist the Lombardi trophy. But I think it all starts with cutting your own grass first. We kind of talked about this a while back. It means winning, your games in your division, right? Then conquering the AFC. You can go on from there. But you got to be able to win. You can't start slow. You definitely can't win one game in your division. That just can't happen. Need to find a way. And I think if the Bengals want to realize the potential that they have, I think that it behooves them to probably get off to a fast start, which is why it's refreshing to see Zach Taylor say starters will play in preseason. I don't know what that means. I think that could be one or two snaps. I need to see it for me to believe it. But for me, it's one of those things where it's like, at the end of the day, if the Bengals are able to start off fast, and I think that they are getting a golden opportunity to start off with the New England Patriots and then face the Kansas City Chiefs, who they, undoubtedly is going to come down. The conference is going to come down to the Chiefs, Ravens, and whoever, right? Mm-hmm. The Bengals have the opportunity to really, really wreck a lot of the Chiefs' plans, and their idea of potentially a three-peat. So that's my thought process. Logan, you got anything else you want to add on that?
No, I think you hit on all the key points. I think the Bengals have a lot. They have everything they need to make the run. I think, this time right now in this first few weeks, just a lot of new faces, a lot of new bodies, a lot of questions, but not a lack of talent, and which is the most important issue to have. You just have to figure out how to use it. And I think once this team figures it all out, maybe it's week 1, maybe it's week 2, regardless, as long as they figure it out by the time the playoffs roll around, this team has everything they need to make the run. They have the athletes, they have the talent, they have, maybe some depth you'd like to see improving a little bit, but that's nitpicking. Everybody's going to have their issues like that. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you really look at that they don't have that you're like, you really want them to have. They've shown they can do it. They've added more talent. They've added guys that can play different positions and play different roles and be more versatile. They got it all. They just have to put it all together, figure out what works for them, and then continue to move forward. And they'll get there. They just have to make sure they do it at an acceptable time so you can hit the playoffs rolling.
Yeah, I think this is an offense-driven league, and I think we saw some of the best defenses kind of shift focus from, hey, we're trying to limit you every play to we're trying to, you might get us for 3 or 4 explosives, but we're going to get you for 8 plays for loss, right? So it's about having a opportunistic defense more than a stonewall defense. And also, offense is more consistent game to game, year to year. This is obviously Joe Burrow being healthy, deepest roster weapons that they've had. Joe Burrow's words himself. Offensive line, best it's been since 2015. And then the defense, again, you've got some players and some hungry guys all over with some good veterans and Mike Hilton and Von Bell and Geno Stone. And so hopefully you can get a little bit more of the turnover action, a little bit more from the pass rush. And I mean, hey, again, it's about being opportunistic. They don't have to be a top 5 defense. If you got a really good offense, a top 10 unit, you can be the 15th or 20th best defense and just show up on when they need you, right? Make the crucial plays. So I think they are very well primed for a legitimate run. I know Malik and I were talking when they made their first run about how the run was exciting, but there wasn't a lot of consistency that can be brought from it, right? When you're generating so much offense from just downfield explosive shots, those are productive and result in a lot of points, but are not as easy to consistently come by. I think they are a much more built for consistent success team now than they were then. And I think they are going to be able to capitalize this year in a time where there's a lot of turmoil at the top of a lot of the different conferences right now. I think it really is wide open for the taking. So I think this definitely can be the year that they capitalize.
100%.